The state appears to be heading for the nationalization of the mining industry. The tax committee now intends to recover over $1 billion from the major consortium Kazakhstan Petroleum Operating. Reuters report that fiscals accuse the holding of evading taxes. Some sources say that perhaps this way Astana is pressuring the owners of large oil fields, and the new claims are nothing more than the desire to get the 10% share in the project.
Kazakhstan Petroleum Operating will have to share. The tax committee is currently inspecting the company after posting claims in excess of $1 billion. It seems that to affect the decision-making, Kazakh authorities decided to act through the international arbitration, talking about economical damage to the country. While the inspections are not over, we cannot openly talk about the amount. It is classified information. Kazakhstan field is considered one of the most promising. Reserves there exceed 1 billion tons for oil and over 1.5 trillion cubic meters for natural gas. The state interest in the KPO is obvious, and Prime Minister Masimov first mentioned it back in 2009. This June, Kazmunaygas proposed KPO to buy a 10% share, a hard-to-refuse offer. However, the oil and gas minister still tries to avoid the issue. We're not talking about buying a share. The parties discussed the possibility of improving the project. The expert in the field of economic security, Magbats Banov, says that Kazakhstan took a course for resource nationalization. The authorities have honed the mechanism on the Kashagan project. Social and environment conflicts, as well as the introduction of penalties, allowed Astana to influence the decisions made by the foreign mining company. Kazakhstan holds a 16% share in Kashagan, and it will be the same here. I believe the state will always find opportunities and resources to force foreign investors to follow laws of national nature. Kazakhstan Petroleum Operating is owned by the British BG and Italian Eni, each holding 32.5%, Chevron with 25% and Lukoil with 15%. The budget deficit and growth of oil prices made Kazakh authorities to look for ways to quickly solve the fuel issue. If the campaign to enter KPO will be successful, Kazakhstan is likely to continue its current correction of mistakes.
The press service of the association Kazenergy announced the creation of a special commission to manage the labor relations in the oil and gas industry. Supposedly this was done due to the recent rise in unrest in western Kazakhstan.
The press release says that unrest in Zhanaozen drew the attention of the Kazakh community. These events reflect the need for closer cooperation between workers and employers. The main task of the commission will be to develop a special agreement for managing social and labor relations in the industry. Ministries, trade unions and employers are all represented in the commission by 7 people each. Over 15 strikes took place in the west and southwest of the country since the beginning of the year, with some lasting for over a week and others just for an hour. The most notorious took place at the oil fields belonging to Ozenmunaygas and Burlugao in the villages of Zhanazhol and Kinkiyak. The main demand of the workers were the increase of wages and improvement of working conditions. Independent experts believe that frequent strikes happen because of poor work of the local trade unions. The situation will improve only when a strong union will assume an intermediary role in the relations of workers and employers.
Кстати, надо учить не только рабочих.
Not only workers, but employers should be educated too. They should know what the working class means today and what role in trade unions play. They should know that it represents a business partner, not a foe.
Что такое сегодня рабочий класс?
Participants of the country-wide training and methodical seminar in Almaty discussed the ways to educate gifted children. About 500,000 kids attend schools in Kazakhstan, but most of them are never given a chance to shine. Thus, observers believe the country loses many opportunities to discover its truly gifted prodigies.
Representatives of the art elite talked about ways to discover and train gifted children. Around 200 educators from all over the country arrived to Almaty to attend the masterclass. The seminar was organized by the employees of the Applied Science Center Darin. We have to prepare teachers for this work. Not all of them are ready to work with talented kids, and not all of them have necessary experience to detect them. This is why we have gathered here. Darin plans to create a training center within the Kulyaj Bayseitova school. According to experts, this facility is the top musical school in Kazakhstan. Even during the 90s, teachers stayed behind and didn't abandon it. More than 40 local graduates are now well-known musicians. Tatiana Suleimenova teaches music for 45 years. Over time, she graduated more than 300 musicians. Around half of them continued their careers abroad. Suleimanov admits that the hardest thing to accomplish is to earn confidence of children, as talented kids can easily see dishonesty. Children should be approached with honesty and openness. I always tell them ahead what to expect, and sometimes we turn everything into a game so everyone enjoys the study process. The teachers of Paisetova Music School say that their alumni are even more professional than the graduates of the country's conservatories. Unfortunately, not all of them will be appreciated by the state, no matter how talented they are.
This is it for now. Join us tomorrow for more. Thank you for watching and goodbye.